Like my father always said, take care of your tools and your tools will take care of you. To that point, there are several things you should consistently do that will help your chainsaw last longer and operate at peak performance. Before you cut every day, make sure you're using high quality fuel and oil mix. We recommend the Husqvarna XP Plus 2-stroke pre-mixed fuel for best performance and extended engine life. If mixing fuel yourself using pump fuel, select at least 89 octane fuel, preferably ethanol-free, which can be used within 30 days of purchase. Remember, low-grade, non-rated oils can cause damage to your engine as fast as no oil at all. Look for Husqvarna branded oils which we test for our products. Also, in the small engine world, the phrase, "get what you pay for," means a lot, especially here. Next, you want to double check that your cutting equipment is properly lubricated and that your chain is sharp. Then confirm the chain tension is correct and the bar nuts are tightened. There's a simple trick with a nickel that we recommend that you can learn about on our chain tensioning video. After that, inspect the chain brake to make sure it's working properly. Then, look over the handles to ensure there's no oil on either of them. After each use, you should clean all the external parts of the chainsaw with a soft brush or rag. Be sure the trigger and throttle lockout are still working properly. Inspect low vibe mounts on the rear and front handles to ensure they are functioning properly and are not obstructed or damaged. Clean and check the chain brake to make sure it's working properly. Check the chain catcher to confirm it's securely mounted to the saw and not damaged. Now, onto the cutting equipment, which means you need your gloves on. With the guide bars, make sure no oil ports are blocked, inspect the edges for burrs, and remove the guide bar dresser or flat file if necessary. Get rid of the debris from the guide bar groove. If the groove is damaged or worn out and looks like a V, replace the bar. Next, examine the tip and make sure the sprocket moves freely. Make sure to flip the guide bar after each use to extend the life of the bar. Moving on to the chain, inspect it for cracks and tie straps, drive links, and cutters. Just so you know, the chain should be flexible, not stiff. At the end of the day, you should sharpen the chain with the proper file and file guides. Make sure to maintain proper cutting height using a depth gauge and flat file. Replace the chain when the cutting tooth is worn, usually highlighted by a witness mark on the chain at 4 millimeters. Feel free to check out our video on chain sharpening. One thing to note, if the chain rotates in idle, it may need a carburetor adjustment. Just a few more things before you call it a day. Check the chain drive sprocket for wear and tear. Clean the air intake on the starter housing. Be sure all hardware is in place and tightened. Inspect the muffler and make sure it's correctly attached, has no physical damage, and has no parts that are missing. If you've ever had issues with leaking chain oil, there are a few things to help. First, running it out so you're not leaving any in the reservoir. When you're done, open the cap and relieve the pressure. Another tip is that you never need to fill the oil to full. 3/4 full will be enough. That's it for the daily maintenance. After about a week or 7 uses, you want to clean the cooling system. Simply remove the starter housing and cylinder cover and then wipe away any sawdust and debris from internal components with a soft brush. Clean the carburetor area. Clean or replace the air filter. Always put the unit in choke when replacing the air filter to help prevent debris from getting into the engine. And don't forget to clean or at least inspect the spark arrestor screen on the muffler. Every month or so, there are a few more key tasks. First, clean and inspect the brake band under the clutch cover. Then clean and possibly replace the spark plug. Next, check the fuel filter and hose. Replace if necessary. Check all the cables and connectors. Last but not least, empty the fuel and oil tanks and replace them with fresh fuel and oil to ensure your chainsaw runs as smooth as possible. And in case you don't know how to do something that we mentioned in this video, don't sweat it. Everything is covered in the operator's manual. Until next time.